Hello, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Okay, so I am Ritesh. I look after the international division at Pratham, and I have got a little bit of details regarding you, Peshl. I would first like to ascertain those details. Thereafter, whatever queries you have, you can start asking your questions, and I'll descriptively answer each of your questions. So, Peshl, you're right now in class 11, okay, and you had a 97.6% in your class 10th.
Yes.
So you go to GD Goenka model now, right?
Yes.
And okay, you're looking to go abroad, but probably you have not decided as to what course you would like to pursue.
Yes, I'm still exploring my options.
Perfect. So these were the little details that I had. Now it's up to you to ask your set of questions. Please go ahead. Hello.
Course, looked for and found pretty interesting and
Special, I
all.
lost you. Special, I lost you in the middle. Can you just repeat your question, please?
Yes, I recently looked into a course. It's SAP M Statistical Analysis and Portfolio Management.
Okay.
And I was wanting to know what is the equivalent of that same course if I have to pursue it abroad. Because this course is provided in post graduation in Indian universities.
Mm-hmm. Can you
But what possibly?
can you just repeat the course for me?
Yes, statistical analysis and portfolio management.
Okay, so this is a finance related course. So what happens is, let's say somebody is into trading, say stock trading. So what happens is that we require day-to-day data regarding various equities and other investment patterns, and we want to understand that how has been the trend with that particular company or with that particular stock. So there is a total statistical analysis, industry-wise, company-wise as well, which is given to the client in order to understand the performance. Now, this takes relevant expertise in order to create such reports. Peshl, I think internet on your end probably is not working as smoothly. Can you just check?
Seems to be okay because I can hear you properly.
Okay, but your screen gets freezed times. Any which ways. So that is what the course is all about. So it is majorly financial analysis and it is statistical analysis, stock wise or entity wise, industry wise, and that is how it goes. Now, if I am an investment banker, I would very highly relate to your data while talking to my clients and asking for investments into certain portfolios. So it is that important. On the basis of this, we can go ahead and ask for 1,000 crore investment or 100 crore investment or 250 crore investment. But there has to be some basis on the basis of which we take discussions ahead.
Yes.
So this is what is the course all about. Also, understanding economic viability of a program, of a venture, of a product, of an organization also depends on statistical analysis. Okay? So that is how it is worked upon. At an undergraduate level, the course that you can look at, which is synonymous with this course, can be quantitative finance. Okay?
All right.
So quantitative finance is available at very few places across the world for an undergraduate program. You might look at this particular university, University of Waterloo in Canada, where they have a mathematical finance program.
All right.
So that is one program that you can look at. Otherwise, all the other finance-based programs also will have, to a certain extent, the same kind of nomenclature as to this program. Okay. However, the quantum of mathematics and statistics in each of those finance programs might differ from one university to the other. So pure BSc finance programs or quantitative finance programs or mathematical finance programs can be an equivalent standard to this kind of. Good question to ask for the first one. Any other questions that I can help?
What if I have to pursue this kind of a course in the USA? Do I have options there?
Yes, of course. US would have plenty of such options, no doubts whatsoever. They will have a lot of universities which offer BSc finance and some universities which offer quantitative finance as well.
Are
Uh,
the Ivy Leagues included?
Not really. You will have other universities where you might have a similar kind of a program. I'm very sorry, but I won't be able to give you the exact university right away. That which university has this kind of a program. It is very difficult to remember. But yes, I have seen and I have studied these kind of programs earlier. They are widely available. No problems at all. The only aspect is that when you look at US universities, you have to understand that their acceptability and the kind of profile that they look for is widely different than that of universities in Canada, UK, or Australia. So we will have to be ready in accordance with that. And as it is highly specific into finance, so getting a profile ready for that can be equally challenging. Okay? Any other questions?
If I want to pursue such a course, and I'll have to build, a CV accordingly, and it would have to include very, relevant internships or competitions on the school level for that matter. What are my options there?
You have tons of options here in India. So what you can do is, let's say, for example, the priority interest that you have to show in terms of the parameters of admission is your motivation towards the subject. So the first step that you can take is to show interest towards mathematics, and second towards core area of finance as a school student. I'm not expecting you to get into an analyzation role at this stage. I'm rather expecting you to show basic interest towards finance, which includes equity, which includes trading, stock analysis, those kind of. Also, your interest towards economics, okay, would be of high importance. So these are three major areas that you can concentrate for showing your subject motivation. Now, I mean, I'm just going a little off track, but had you opted for any other subject for showing subject motivation, we would have just picked one line. We would have just picked one subject. But due to your choice of a course, here we will have to look at two or three aspects to prove your interest. So now this is just one parameter. I will now go through other 4 or 5 parameters, and for each you will see that there are 2 or 3 aspects that you will have. So you will have to make your clear-cut choices here. You will not be able to take up all three for each parameter. You will have to make your clear-cut choices at times to make everything stand. Okay, otherwise, you have a lot on your plate already in terms of CBSC and the school curriculum and etc. So you will have to judge accordingly. And we have approximately 8 months left with us before
Right.
we start sending our applications. We are looking at United States. Now, the other aspects obviously are your participation in events or in competitions which are related to your area.
Yes.
So that is number two. Number three, you might also start involving yourself in dummy trading sites. Okay. So there are loads of such platforms. Even on the iPhone store and on the Google store, you can find several apps which allow you to do that. Probably you can have a look at some of them, okay, and figure out that how easy or how difficult it looks. If I am not wrong, ma'am is also into trading,
Yes, I am.
right? Yeah, so probably you can take help from ma'am and understand the finer nuances. Okay?
Yes.
And from our team also, we would provide you somebody who has a thorough understanding about investments
All right.
and finance. So under both of their guidance, you will be able to do such. Okay, now as the program is research oriented, So it is very important for us to showcase some level of interest towards research. What we can do is we can figure out a topic which seems relevant, is doable in the next 8 months as far as your research topic is concerned. Now, the way to write the research paper and the steps involved in it, okay, will be taught to you by your mentor. You can decide the topic in discussion with the mentor and thereafter understand the relevant process involved. And step by step, you can discuss and keep executing it as and wherever you get stuck, you can come back. You can tell us that, this is the place that I've got stuck, how to go further. So we can help you in taking. So this is number two. This is more on the academic side. Next side is very different, where we would like to see you as a person who is not selfish, who is rather selfless and is willing to contribute to the world. So you might take up a self-driven, area where you might look at raising financial awareness amongst women in India, which I don't think is a very unique thing to do, but then everybody's effort is different. Everybody's direction is different. And the more we do about this, the better it is for the country. Secondly, you might also look at increasing financial awareness amongst children. I
Okay.
mean, school children at school,
Yes, yes,
at
yes.
your level also. Thirdly, there was a case where one of Delhi students got into Stanford at 100% scholarship. His name was Karan Soin. And this guy designed a microfinance app for farmers, for loan, for farmers in 2020. So that's a very bright example to follow. So probably if you can design a concept, or if you can first diagnose a problem, this is a problem that people are facing regarding finance, and I would like to address this, then probably we can figure out a relevant solution to it. We can get you attached to certain people who can help you create something, an app or a website or a blog or whatsoever. And you can put down your ideas and get the stuff created and get it working also. Okay? God bless you. So that is how we go about it. Okay? So that will be your executionary project. Now you have motivation towards the subject, you have a research paper, you have your social side also. So this is more or less it that you need to show. Beyond this, I would request that if you have US on your mind, then please go ahead and take up the SAT exam as soon as possible. Okay, because next year SAT is going to be a mandate in most of the institutions in the US, barring the few UCs and a few more institutions. So that is point number one. Point number two, you should take at least two APs, and the APs should include mathematics as one of these.
All right.
Mathematics or economics as one of the subjects. So you can take calculus AP or calculus BC, and you can take economics AP.
All right.
So the registration of the AP is something that you have to look forward to. I think they're about to close. So please just check out on that. Although AP is not very popular amongst Indian students because the CBSE curriculum is very heavy, but this is where the game is, that people like you who are in the higher strata of the academic results, if you can take a little more effort than the commoners, then probably you will make it to institution that you truly deserve. Okay? If you're looking at the likes of, say, a UPenn, or probably if you're looking at something like Wisconsin at Madison, or probably NYU, or probably Duke, then probably it is great if you can just go and take up an AP and try to score more than 3 out of 5.
All right.
So SAT, AP, your profile, and then from June onward, we need to work out our list of universities. It is going to be a very, very lengthy task. because there are a lot of countries on your mind. So we'll have to look at per country wise, and we'll have to see that, what are the best universities where we can get through. Or at least we have more than 50% of chance. I normally,
Yes.
ask my students to look at dream, reach, and safe category of universities. Okay. Wherein dream is places where I know that my chances are very little. Reach are places where it is 50-50. And safe is where I have maximum chances or I already know that I'm above the bar. Okay. So that is how we go about things. Secondly, we need to write our essays from August onward. Sorry, July onward. So from July to say mid of August, you will have approximately 45 days to write your Common App essays and the pertaining essays, subsequent essays of each of these universities. So we should be beforehand prepared about it regarding the documents and the essays. Once August arrives, certain universities we will apply as early applications. If we can find a ED or a early decision, we might as well do it. And then the rest of it, we'll probably do it in the regular cycle. That is for pertaining only to US. Rest of the countries, the cycle are rolling on roll on admissions. So they begin normally in the month of September and they go on till say mid of January. So we can put our applications at any point of time where you feel comfortable. US will take away most of your time and effort. Rest of it will be more or less easy and pretty automatic once you've completed your US application. Okay.
All right.
So that is how it works. And for this entire duration, till say August 2024, my team is going to stay with you in terms of doing everything, like from filling up the forms, deciding the universities, editing your essays, uploading documents, uh, helping you with your, guiding you for your visa. So all of that we will take care and profiling part also. Any other thing that you have in your mind, please tell me.
I was also hoping to discuss some other commerce-based courses apart from this, like in marketing or business,
Great.
and what probably has better chances both career prospect wise and getting better university wise.
I just knew that you will end up the question this way. Okay. So honestly speaking, it is not a very good thing to compare between streams and careers. I might get into marketing and do as well as you do in finance, end of the day. But still, you know, uh, looking at statistical trends as to how things are happening across the world, it seems that finance related areas for the next 10 to 15 odd years would remain at the top in terms of opportunities. Okay.
So this is a
Second
good
to
pick.
that, sorry,
So does that make this a good pick?
absolutely. This is a
No,
very
but
niche.
apart from this, we would like to explore other options as well. Ki whatever she might choose from 4, 5 options, at least the best one she can pick. She thought of this. I supported her, but maybe
Mm.
we can have a look or
Yeah.
hear from
So
you.
what I'll do is I'll give you a brief about each of the aspects that you're trying to look at so that you
Yeah,
understand that what is your role going to be. Because that will help you realize that whether or not you want to be in that.
do it or not.
So if you're looking at marketing, now marketing today also has gone totally analytical. Because of the digital trends, marketing has not remained something like, above the line and below the line. It means advertising or, doing roadside activities. We've gone away from that. And now we are more focused towards figuring out that who is our target audience, at what time will they take their decision for buying a product, and at what moment do we serve them information, at what moment do we serve them with a sales push, and at what moment do we give them critical discount related information which is totally sales driven to convert the sales. Okay. So there are these three aspects when you look at marketing today, modern day marketing. And there are now analytical tools which are helping marketers to understand how to go about it. With digital trends setting in, there are a lot of patterns to follow, product by product, platform by platform. Okay. So you have to understand that and you have to take decisions accordingly. Look at a lot of data, analyze that data as to how the trend is working, And then there is the communication part also, that what is to be communicated, what are the specific words, what is the picture going to talk about, what is the video going to talk about, what is it that what image are we trying to build in somebody's mind, and how are we going to change that image from one point to the other, and how are we helping our sales force in converting their leads. Okay? So marketing, the entire funder today has become to generate leads. Okay, so that the salesperson can have somebody who is seemingly interested, and probably they can chase them down further. Okay? So that is what has marketing come out to be. So your work would involve understanding the brand image, understanding your consumer, understanding their requirement, and then figuring out a strategy of how to catch them. It's a very interesting game, and if you have good imagination skills, if you have a good hold over language, you understand images, and if you understand digital trend, then there is a huge diaspora waiting for you. And all kinds of products and services across this world would need, at one point of time, they would need to be well marketed. And everyone has their own pattern. So if you travel a lot and if you travel with international airlines, you would see that their magazines would have very different products displayed than those of the national airlines magazines. It is typically because of the kind of people that travel with them, right? Similarly, if you look at Instagram, if you look at Facebook, or if you look at Twitter, the kind of ads that flow into these platforms are also entirely different. So we call this the communication pattern. So this is something that is going to be taught to you. Target audience figuring is something that is going to be taught to you. Calculation of revenue versus spend in terms of marketing is something that you have to do. So these are aspects. You know, overall, as a marketing manager, your job is to figure out various campaigns, ads, step-by-step process of converting a lead into sale. Sorry. So that is what you're going to. So on one hand, in the financial segment, you're totally focused on providing the correct information, okay, to your clients. Here, you're trying to probably impress their minds or make them feel a necessity. That is a gradual difference between them. In terms of your skill set also. There, your numerical ability and your analytical ability will be put to test. Here, your numerical ability, analytical ability, communication skill, all of that will be put to test. Okay. So I'm sure that you can understand that I am being unbiased to both the fields, but you will have to take a call. Now, first statement that I issued that finance is probably doing well is because of various job-based statistics that we keep on following. But that is not a statement that can, that is a final statement. No, not really, because there are a lot of people who are exceptions. Okay. So if you look at the likes of Prasoon Joshi, or if you look at top brass marketeers across the world, they are doing fabulously well. Okay. And just give me this one. Have you seen the advertisements of Cadbury over a period of time?
Yes.
Right? These days, there is an ad that is trending, which is a conversion of an old ad. So there was an ad of Cadbury where a man was playing cricket and his friend was waiting in the audience. As he hits the six, the girl comes dancing in. Now that ad has been changed on the other hand, where the girl is taking the shot and the guy is on the stands. The girl hits a six and the guy comes dancing by. So obviously it shows that, how as Indians we have changed our gender prejudices. Okay. So this is also something that, involves marketing. So it is a
Yes.
two-edged sword. On one end, we are trying to talk about the product, but we are making that voice very subtle. And we are trying to, impress the brains of our teenagers where they're highly concerned about gender prejudice. So if I turn out to be on the positive side for them, I'm alluring a lot of good customers for the rest of their lives. So this is what is subtle way of marketing. And big brands like Coca-Cola, ITC, Pepsi, or say Cadbury's, they have done unassumingly well because of their marketing strategy. That is how I can explain marketing. Any other quotes that you have?
While we were discussing everything that is involved into, getting into universities, where do extracurriculars that have been taken up over the years in school, do they play any kind of a role here?
Of course, ma'am. No, no. When you're looking at US, everything is given equal weightage. I had a look at Penn State's parameters and the weightages that they give. So they give 25% weightage to your academics and standardized test scores. They give 25% weightage to your essays, SOPs, and LORs. 25% weightage to your extracurricular activities, and 25% weightage to uh, your activities beyond school. Everything is given equal amount of weightage. That is how it plays all around the world. Okay? I mean, all around US. Other parts of the world may have differences. Some countries like Singapore, etc., are highly biased towards acads only. Canada also, on the other hand, they are majorly acad based. UK, certain universities like which are in the top brass like LSE, etc., they are almost like the US universities, but they have a difference. So there is a subtle difference where they would like you to be more on the social side, somebody who is raising a lot of voice, awareness, these kind of things. So they want an animal or a person who is totally inclined towards contributing to the society. For them, that is the most important aspect, apart from academics. But US, on the other hand, wants to know you as a person, wants to know about your passions in life, wants to know about your contributions to the society, wants to see your research skills. So there is a whole lot of khichdi which is there on the pan. Right? So definitely it plays a role. So all those that you've done over the years of time will definitely be accounted for.
All right.
Anything else that I can help?
Why did you take up this as an undergraduate course here and then you go for your master's or something outside then?
Here, as in India, yes, that's a possibility, and I have always advised my students, my clients, my known people that in terms of application, we should be absolutely unbiased. We should send our applications to as many places as possible, be it in India, be it outside India, and then wait for the preceding year month of June to arrive. Because by then you would have received all your offers. Then become the king or the queen of the world and start rejecting. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's never good to get rejected, but it always feels great to reject a few, right? So let us be on the other side of the things. So absolutely yes, and you have programs here in India also. For example, Delhi University has a program which is called BBA Financial Investment Analysis, okay, BBA FIA. Although it has very few seats, 180 odd. Then you have BSc Finance at Narsi Monji. Then you have a finance program at Christ University, Bangalore. Okay. So all those three programs can definitely be applied. Apart from that, the liberal arts universities which have recently come up here in India, amongst them you have Ashoka, where they offer a finance and economics BSc program. You have Flame University, where they have a financial analytics BBA program. And you have a very strong program at a university in Mohali. The program stands as BTech Data Science in Economics and Business. That's a 4-year typical program, and it's highly analytical program. So it's taught by a university called Plaksha University in Mohali. Okay.
Lakshya.
So
All these are
pro
entrance.
No,
It
ma'am.
is
The likes of Ashoka, Flame, Plaksha, another university in South called Kriya has a business minor and economics major program. So all of these programs are, I mean, the application process is just like applying to US universities. So they would like to look at a standardized score if possible. They would like to look at your LORs, SOPs, extracurriculars. They would like to take the entrance also, plus an interview also. So the levels are quite difficult there because there are too many levels. The filtration is very high. So that is how it is. So, I mean, let us be unbiased and apply to all the places. And then let's see how it goes about it.
will I have to give CUET for DU for
Yes,
this
ma'am.
particular course?
You have to. CUET is a major exam that nobody can skip in India now. It pertains to 47 national universities in the country and some private universities and state owned also. So no point skipping that. We will have to appear for it. And the CUET, if you look at the entire pattern of the paper, is subject based and it has general aptitude as well. Okay? So it's pretty obvious that we will have to take that exam. Anything else that I can help you out with?
Taking a graduate course in India and then going out for post graduation in this particular field, is it a viable option? Is that
Okay, why not? If you get through a university which is probably amongst the top in your country. Otherwise, going abroad for your postgrad, that thought process will be quashed. You know, so if you get into a DU, if you get into an RC, or probably if you've got into Christ, these are the only three universities for a finance related program that I would be looking at. In case you're looking at a marketing program, India does not offer too many marketing programs through its traditional set of universities. However, the non-traditional set of universities like Flame, etc., has a program. Most of the others will have a general business management program. So, for a general program, I mean, I really do not advocate that much. So, I would really request that if you can look for a marketing program outside India, that would be better. But finance and economic programs are very good in India as well. So, you might as well try to get it in India. If we don't, or if we get even a better institute that we are getting here in India, then it's absolutely fine. You can go ahead and study there.
but it has to be a topmost university which you're referring to.
Absolutely. Why would a candidate who has a 97.6 in her 10th and probably you will
Mediocre.
do equivalently well in class 11th and 12th, why would that candidate get into a lesser university? There's no point. You'll kill your chances there.
Right.
Anything else that I can answer?
You want to ask anything else? Non-course related question.
Uh-huh.
What fee do you charge for all of these proceedings?
Sorry, come again.
Non-course related question. What fee do you charge for all these proceedings?
Okay. Normally, I do not discuss the financial aspect, but I must submit that from the starting of this conversation, you have asked some brilliant questions, which I normally do not get to hear. These are very focused questions. So I understand that I'm talking to somebody who is pretty serious and focused in life. So fine. Yes, as far as my financials are concerned and my services are concerned, my team starts working right from here and helps you to decide your further course of action, which includes your course, your universities. They also help you to build up your resume by doing relevant, projects or internships or whatsoever. And there are mentor-based, there are two mentors who will be helping you throughout the process. One who would be looking at your community and your extracurricular project. Second one would be doing from day-to-day activities like quizzes and competitions and the rest of it. So that is how they work. And then there is a second team which will take its place from June onward, where I'll have a little role to play in order to decide your universities and do a research against it. Secondly, there will be a team which will be helping you with your editing and uploading of documents. And then there's a third team which takes care of your visa process. At our place, we thoroughly believe that everyone cannot do everything. Okay? There has to be a specialist approach towards the entire process. Now, for doing this entire thing from here till say 2024, the charges are 1.70 lakhs for a period of 2 years. So that is how it is spread. Anything else that I can help with?
Another fee related question. Is the payment made over installments or one go?
So that means you've taken over the role of ma'am. Good.
Please go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. Yes, this is payable in installments, ma'am. And you can take up to 3 installments for the entire payments. And I know this might be a next question, that how is the payment to be made? So the payments can be made in all formats, which means cash, check, online payments, etc. Okay. And at the end of this meeting, my colleague Anjali will connect with you. She'll send you an email that will have the scope of the services written, because as of now, I've told you verbally, there has to be a written document. And then the financial aspect as well as the banking details. If you go through that document and you feel that, this is something of a value add and you would like to go ahead with it, you can inform us and you can start by paying 30% of the amount. Okay? Thereafter, we formulate a WhatsApp group which involves me here plus my team members, and the entire set of communication will flow through the WhatsApp group. Plus, there will be weekly meetings like this one. Okay. So every meeting gets recorded and the record is sent to the parent so that you know that what is going on. Plus, there is a monthly report as to how many activities were given, how many are completed. And there is a monthly PPM also, which has to be attended by the parent. Okay. वहां आप रोल नहीं ले सकते, हाँ इन्हीं को बैठ
वहाँ मम्मी आप हैं.
घर पे भी ऐसे ही होता है. She dictates kind of.
No, both of us kind of juggle between the roles. Sometimes she becomes
Good.
the dictator, sometimes me.
Good. That's so good of
For here,
you.
I wanted her to take the lead.
Good.
It's
That's how it should
her
be.
arena and she should know about it.
Absolutely. And when you're planning to get into top-notch universities, you should be in charge. You should be absolutely in charge. Right? So it was great talking to you. And you have a very interesting name. What does that mean?
It's Sanskrit for charming, beautiful, and soft.
Hmm. Good. So very early they knew how you would turn up to be, huh? Great. Good. Very nice talking to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Really.
you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All the best.